is Kamal Yassin. I'm Berber 100% from my mother's side and my father's side, which is like we are natives in North Africa. And there's a lot of Berbers, and our kind of Berber coming from the mountain to here, to the desert. Berber, it's a nations and culture and a big tribes, a lot of tribes. The origin of Berber, they are nomadic. It's even in the music, in the dresses, in the culture. It's a nomadic way because the Berber is like even in the symbol is like the symbol as you see is like we call it Z in Berber, and it means like free man or butterfly. Because if you put the two lines, it cannot be butterfly, and the butterfly is symbolic of freedom, and always in the mind of Berbers, and their origins are like free and nomads, because the nomads are free, they can go wherever they want and stays everywhere they want. It depends from for their needs to stay. For example, most of things is water and food for them and for their animals. Nowadays, about this, a lot of changing in the world that with the cell phones and connections and everything. So a lot of them they have the kids. They went to school and they had to finish the school, so they follow their kids to the city. So when they follow the kids to the city, they had to buy a house, and then they somehow transferred to be like normal people in the villages or cities. And then by generations, they stays in the city because their kids want the better for their parents. Of course, like they went to the school, to the universities, in the big cities like Marrakesh and Agadir and Casablanca, and then they get a jobs, and of course they want for their parents to stay in to have everything they need: electricity, water, food, and everything. And they take them to the houses in the villages. They buy houses and they give them money to buy everything. But the things all the time you go to find some old people in the cities. It's like you put the birds in the cages, because for them yes they have everything, but they don't have the most things they used to have. Is the freedom and to feel to be in a land with in open sky when there's no limits. I rise with my grandfather when I'm a kid, and not with my father, and then like I see the good way of living in desert in my grandfather's eyes. And for me, since I'm a kid, I see my life here in desert. And desert for me, when I'm in desert, like I feel I belong, and I feel I'm a king of myself. And you have all these spaces and places, and when you look farther, there's no big buildings, there's no pollution, there's no civilization, and then you feel so safe inside you. A lot of people they cannot see it because for them when they come to the desert they say empty. But they thought like in the cities they can find the happiness. It's to get whatever you want, and actually it is a big difference to get whatever you want or whatever you need. Because a lot of people they got a lot of things and they thought they need it, but actually they don't want. They don't need it, and in the end they become like slavers. In the city, you are a slaver. You had to be in a lot of systems. Because in the cities and big, when there's a lot of people, you never get to talk to yourself and to know yourself. So when you come to the desert, it's almost, if you want to be alone, you can be walking alone. And then when you walk alone, further and further, in the beginning there's all this, you just get it to your memories and more. Sometimes you're laughing alone because like this, some action comes to your mind, and in a while you understand and you get that really actually you get to know in yourself. So when I was like studying also, and like but all time is my dream is to be in desert, because desert for me is like a place, a land when you create your freedom and you create your happiness. It's like empty paper. You can draw whatever you want. Nobody controls you.